Hello and welcome back. We're going to take a bit of a different approach this time. We are going to put multiple items in the room and require the user to click on all of the items to open the door, and we're going to be using variables as well. So let's get started. First of all, let's place 3 keys in the room. So I'm just going to click on upload. I'm already at my key image here, which we talked about in our last tutorial. So I'm just going to put 1 key there. What's a nice looking key? Let's grab this one here in this corner, and I will grab this beautiful key there. Okay, let's close that. I'm going to 2-finger click that. I'm going to go to the little tag that is called key 2. I'm just going to make sure that I can use all of these items in the coding area, so just make sure I turn all of those on. Okay, and it looks like my door is not quite there, and just make sure that my door is also usable. Okay, perfect. So let's go into the coding section, and of course we are using CoBlocks. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the variable, instead of true or false this time, we're going to set the variable to a number. So we're going to go down, I'm going to click on data, we're going to click on variables, and we're going to set the variable, and we're going to use the same thing, is locked. And this time we are going to change it to, and we're going to click on values under data, to a number. You can see just below false there is a number there. So I'm going to slide that in. And we are going to set it to 0. So that's going to start the isLock variable at 0. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're just going to, of course, we need to make it so that when we click on the items, this changes the number that in the, it's going to change the number of the variable. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back down into our data section here. We're going to click on variables, and rather than we're not going to use the set variable again, we're going to use the change variable. So we're going to slide that up and click that, and we're going to change the is locked, and you can actually see that pops up there. We're going to change it by 1, so it's set to 0. We're going to change it by 1 when we click on a key. So there we go. So what we need to do now is, of course, we're going to use that shrink again. So we're going to make sure to scale our key down. So I'm clicking on transform there, clicking on transitions, and I'm going to grab that scale. Scale key to decimal 0009 in 1 second. And all I'm going to do here is I need to do this for all the keys. So I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to duplicate that. And all I'm going to do here is I am going to change this to key 1, and I'm going to make sure I change the scale to key 1 to make sure that the key 1 scales down. And then this one I'm going to set to key 2, and I'm going to set this to key 2 to make sure the key 2 scales down. So variable is at 0 at the start. When I click this key, the variable goes up by 1, and then here it goes up by 1 again, and then here it goes up by 1 again. So now we need to use another if else block here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to control, and you can see here's the if blocks right here. So here's the if else block, and we're going to pop that down on the bottom, and actually I am going to need to use a when door clicked. So I'm just going to slide that one there, and I'm going to slide that inside. So there we go. So when the door is clicked, if the is locked variable equals 3, which means I've gotten all 3 keys, then I will allow the door to open. If it is not equal 3, then the door will not open. So let's go into our variables again. So let's go down to data, let's go down to variables, and we're going to grab that is, remember you got to slide right over it, and it's going to turn that sort of shadow color there. When is locked equals 3, and you can just click on the number and change it to 3. I want that animation to play of the door opening. So all we're going to do is click on actions, generic and play animation opening on the door. Now if we click on the door and we don't have all three keys, we want the door to say, I don't know, find all three keys. Find all three keys. Okay, so 0 starts at 0, click 1 goes up by 1, click the next key goes up by 1 again, clicks the next key goes up by again, so it's at 3 now. So if the isLocked variable equals 3, then the door will open. If it's not 3, it'll ask you to find more keys. Okay, my door's a little bit off there, but find all three keys. Okay, I'm just going to click on one key. So now it's gone up by 1. Still says find all three keys. It won't open. There's my second key. Still won't open. And where's the third key? Right there. Okay, so when I click on it now, there we go. Door is open and I am free to leave. Okay, so think about ways you could use that in your maze in some of the rooms, collecting items before you can leave or get through a certain area. Okay, hopefully this has been helpful.